Does Canada do enough to honor its men and women in uniform?
One thing I've already noticed about this community is all up and down Main Street and maybe on a couple of the side streets, there are these magnificent banners, and they all feature various service personnel from mostly the Second World War. I don't know if there's any First World War, but also the Korean War, and I think I even saw a veteran from the Afghanistan conflict. And I think that's really sweet. They're named, and the conflict in which they participated is also named, and the family that's remembering them is named, sometimes very specifically or sometimes generically. I think that that's really sweet. I don't ever remember seeing that before. I've seen banners in various communities with poppies on them, and do remember on Remembrance Day, lest we forget. However, here at Yarmouth, they've made it really personal. And that touches my heart as a Canadian.
Yeah, there's a lot of I think people could learn a lot about what goes on in our military and the people and then the families too.
All these people should never be forgotten for sure, and they've got a place in my heart. And the young people who are not first, we weren't first-hand witnesses like the Europeans, of course, but nevertheless, we were touched by the Great Wars and smaller skirmishes and everything else. So let's honor these people forever and never forget them and their sacrifice. Thank you.
No.
I think they're not.
No.
I think we really need to up the ante, and especially in terms of mental health, physical health once they come back, especially if they've been hurt abroad, and just a general respect for all of these people who are daily putting their lives out for us.
Help them, finance them, give them good housing, give them good health care, and recognize them more than what we do. We're a dying breed.
I think we need to take care of them. We need to give them more attention, and we have to give them more time and celebrate more good things about them.
Obviously there's lots of problems with mental health. I mean, you go out overseas, you have to go through all this, potentially horrible things. And I feel like, I don't know too much about it, to be honest, but I feel like there is some sort of support system that's missing, some sort of social net that should, help these soldiers to, who are experiencing things like post-traumatic stress disorder to reintegrate into, average everyday civilian life.
I would say just don't let them go hungry. Don't let them go unhoused. I think a big issue now is that a lot of people who have served in past wars, they bear a lot of trauma, they bear a lot of difficulty, and it'd be nice if one thing they didn't have to worry about was having a place to live or having enough food to eat.
I think that's a really good question. I'm as a mental health counselor myself, I feel like addressing and serving the needs, any mental health needs of our veterans would go a long way to recognizing their service. And I think shoring up any sort of mental health services we have for our veterans, people currently serving or veterans, I think would be a really important next step.
Well, I'm not really sure how to. I think we need to take care of them financially for sure. When they fought for our country, they come back. I'm not sure how much they struggle because I'm not well enough informed. However, I think that's definitely an area that we need to look at. If they have stress from the wars or anything like that, they need help in that area as well. And I would be very happy to see that happen.
I think taking care of them in their older ages, right? As they age, that generation ages, making sure that they have a place to live and they've got medical care.
We don't get to see them very often anymore, and they don't really have an outreach that would be helpful for people to understand. I mean, it would be nice that they could come into the schools so that the schools could go onto bases and see some of the things that they do. It's a really good question right now. We have, back in my hometown in New Brunswick, we put up banners about the people from the town who have been in the wars and been in the services, and every year for about 2 or 3 weeks their family sees their family name and the individuals that were up. And it's really touching, and it's really opening that conversation. I think we need to do some things more like that.
Maybe the best way would be to not have any more wars.